dear students, myself Gangadhar Solanke, and I welcome you all to the MCGM's virtual classroom.
So today in geography, we are going to start with the topic exogenetic processes, part first. In the last lesson, endogenetic movements, we have learnt about the movement which occurs below the earth's surface, and today in exogenetic processes, part first, we'll be studying the exogenetic, that is external processes, and the landforms formed by them. So the second chapter, which was endogenetic movements, which means internal movements, and now exogenetic processes, which means external processes, we are going to talk about, and also about the landforms formed. External processes occur external processes occur because of the forces working on the earth's surface. We know the forces which occurs on the surface of earth, they're mainly solar energy, gravitational force, and kinetic energy associated with the moving objects on the earth's surface. And because of all these forces, external processes occur on the earth's surface, and it results into the formation of different kinds of types of landforms. That is what we are going to study in detail in our today's topic, that is exogenetic processes. These are the pictures given in our textbook. What you have to do: observe the physical appearance of the rocks in each picture. So here you can see the pictures which are given in our textbook, and also you can compare it with one another to understand the difference between the physical appearance. Here you can see that rocks are broken or fractured. Here fractured, broke, and this one broken. Also have holes in them, as here you can see on the screen. In these pictures, you can compare the physical appearance of the rocks. Here you can also see that the statue has been deformed. And today we are going to talk about the reasons behind all these processes. So breaking or weakening of rocks is a natural phenomenon or natural process which we call weathering. Breaking or weakening of rocks is a natural process, and we call this process as weathering. Now this weathering can be of three types: mechanical, then chemical, and biological. It means that because of all these regions, weathering can happen. In arid climates, mechanical weathering is dominant, while in humid climates, chemical weathering is more effective. And as here in the image you can see biological weathering which occurs because of living organisms. I'll study in detail about this one by one. First of all, keep in mind all the three kinds of weathering: mechanical weathering, chemical weathering, and biological weathering. Mechanical weathering or physical weathering. Mechanical weathering takes place when rocks are broken down without any change in nature of the rocks. वो टूटता है, रॉक टूट जाता है, लेकिन उसके केमिकल नेचर में कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ता है, कुछ चेंज नहीं होता है. सो द मैकेनिकल वेदरिंग takes place when rocks are broken down without any change in the chemical nature of the rocks. The rocks are essentially torn apart by physical force rather than chemical breakdown. So here in mechanical weathering, physical force is the reason. It involves the breakdown of rocks and soils through direct contact. Direct contact with what? With atmospheric conditions such as heat, water, ice, and pressure. So physical weathering may cause due to the contact of rock with the atmospheric conditions such as heat, water, ice, and pressure. Then the chemical weathering, second type, processes by which rocks break down as a result of chemical reactions. About this, you people study in the science about the chemical reactions. It takes place when chemical reactions act on minerals in rock, occur between rock, water, carbon dioxide, oxygen, acids, and may lead to formation of new minerals. Because chemical reaction हो रहा है तो मे भी कुछ new minerals उसमें से form होते हैं. It changes both what? Chemical composition तो change होगा ही. It changes both chemical composition and physical appearance of rock. Oxidation, hydrolysis, carbonation, organic acids or acid precipitation. Mechanical versus chemical. Now here you can see in the picture, or you can compare this both. In the mechanical there is change in the physical appearance of the rock. दिखने में change हुआ है, fracture हुआ है. But in the chemical हम इजीली देख सकते कि कुछ ना कुछ केमिकल रिएक्शन हुआ है जिसकी वजह से उसके कलर में चेंज हुआ है और मिनरल्स में भी कुछ चेंज हुआ है. सो दिस इज द मैकेनिकल वर्सेस केमिकल. एंड नाउ बायोलॉजिकल weathering. Besides mechanical and chemical weathering, biological factors are also responsible for weathering of rocks. The roots of the trees penetrate into the cracks. Here you can see in the cracks of the rocks, and small creatures make their homes in these spaces. These also cause the disintegration of rocks, and this is called biological weathering. Here you can see man and animals, higher plants and roots, and also because of microorganisms. organisms. So the basic information about concept of chemical weathering, mechanical weathering and biological weathering. Now if we go in detail, mechanical weathering mainly occurs because of the temperature, frost, crystal growth, release of pressure and water. So if you talk about the temperature, the minerals in the rocks expand because of heat and contract when temperature decreases. This is the common thing as we all know and studied also. So due to this continuous contracting and expanding, tension develops in the rock particles and each mineral reacts differently to the temperature. Some minerals expand more while others do not expand as much. कुछ expand हो रहा है, कुछ नहीं हो रहा है. And the tension formed in the rocks also increases and decreases. Because of this, cracks develop in the rocks and they break. Then the next one, frost. As we all know that the volume of the water increases when it freezes. In areas where the temperature drop below 0 degrees Celsius. For quite some time, the water accumulated in the cracks and it freezes there. When its volume increases, then here in the image you can see what exactly happened. Cracking of rock mass by the expansion of water here as it freezes in the crevices and cracks. This one. By these images, it is very easy to understand the concept of weathering due to frost. Then the next one, crystal growth in rocky coast waves hit the sea cliff and the water is alkaline. Then some water droplets hit the cracks in the rocks. In this alkaline water, the soluble material in the rock gets dissolved and this leads to formation of small holes in the rocks like this. Because of heat, this water turns into water vapor and only crystals of alkaline materials remain in the rocks. So crystals occupy more space. This causes tension in the rock and holes are formed in the rock. So it looks like a honeycomb. So mechanical weathering because of crystal growth. And the next one, release of pressure. It is not that tension is created in the rocks only because of temperature or freezing of water or because of crystallization. It may cause due to the outer layers of the rocks exert pressure on the inner or lower layers. जो ऊपर का हिस्सा है रॉक का वो नीचे और प्रेशर देता है. And when this pressure extends, the lower or inner layers get freed from the pressure and this also leads to weathering. So because of temperature, because of frost, because of crystal growth, because of release of pressure, and the next one because of water. Some areas experience more rainfall than others. In such areas, soaking of rocks also causes weathering of some rocks, which like sandstone, and these rocks are formed because of pressure on the agglomeration of sand particles. Here you can see fast running water causes rocks to heat. In this image, fast running water causes rocks to hit one another, breaking them into smaller rocks. Erosion caused by rain or irrigation, showing how water can wash away the soil. Mud also makes sand particles come together, and when water penetrates such rocks, the particles get loose and separate from the main rock. This is called granular weathering. Here, Mormon rock is composed of sedimentary rock, specifically sandstone. How it looks today is due to the weather. As natural weathering occurs, the rock expands and contracts, creating holes. Repeated expansion and contraction causes rock to break into blocks. Here, rock surface heats up and expands, rock surface cools and contracts. Joints form in the outer part of the rock. Here, original rock, surface, and broken rocks. Then the next thing, chemical weathering. But about this, chemical weathering and biological weathering will study in the next session. Subscribe the channel and press bell icon to get notifications.
So my dear ones, this is all for today. Thank you very much. Stay home, stay safe, take care.